have to crumble the thing before. It's like you kill the thing before it starts to
go. Because the British had been defeated in Kenya by the dreadlock warriors, the Mau Mau. And as a result of that now, they didn't really want another set of dreadlock warriors here to defeat them again.
And Miguel, even as we here in Jamaica call for reparations, so too the Mau Maus are in the courts of Britain.
England at the moment.
We take a quick break.
Yes.
We take a quick break. We'll be right back. I'm here from Jarett Park, standing beside Dr. Michael Barnett. Good morning, Dr. Barnett. How are you doing?
Yes, great. Pleasure to be here, you know. The great occasion was this Carl Gardens commemoration and the gathering. Very inspiring. A lot of reasoning has taken place after the stage show, even prior to this show starting. It's a great occasion. But what Ras Miguel said and Muta is a very poignant point, that Rastafari, what it represented to the nation and arguably still does, is a very subversive and revolutionary ideal, you know, that black people essentially are, you know, equal to every other race on the planet, and you know the capability, the potential black people have, and the love for Africa and the connectedness to Africa. This in itself is a revolutionary ideal in a colonial and neo-colonial paradigm.
Brother Miguel has mentioned the need for academia, for lawyers, for young people, young bright people, researchers and so on to get together to document. How do you respond to this? It is a call that I have made myself and I have been making, and I've identified you, Brother Miguel, Brother Jelani, and Brother Knife, and I think in that statement I didn't leave out Brother Michael Barnett. But as people who can lead that process in terms of documenting what happened, the history of it, here we have a reframing of the history right now, and this is the seriousness of it. What are your thoughts on that, brother?
Well, you know, I'm very perturbed by this reframing, but I myself have written something about Carl Gardens, in fact, and I'm now working on padding and going into more depth, and this has to be corrected, and we have to have an accurate historical account. So this is where, you know, the historians, the social scientists, such as myself, come in. And I do agree with Ras Miguel that we need to put our collective energies together to get a result. In fact, this is what I have been really vying for a long time, is we each have talents in different areas. If we pool those talents together, we can, we can solve issues, we can achieve objectives. So with documentation, you know, the scholars, we can do that. The lawyers do their part. You know, other people help where they can. We put the energy together, we can get a result. It's a team thing. It's a team effort. We have to come with a team concept.
Of course, quite agree with you. Yes, Muta.
I have here part of the Carol Garden committee that helped to put together the 3 days worth of activity. Want to ask him what is his response to where going on in the 3 days.
Well, Muta, first time I have to say, I give thanks for what took place, right? And I think what has taken place has left a positive impact on the minds of most of the people. It does for I and I know who have taken on certain amount of responsibility over the years to make sure that these expectations don't fall, you know. Don't make sure that it bear fruit. In the sense that over the years we've been coming together on different occasions, and we come together. But what are the follow-up actions? What are the plans? Being together when we leave. What are the plans? You understand it? And I think now we need to have some form of concrete plan in terms of what is it that I and I would like to see happen? What is it that I and I would like to achieve? So we need to have some concrete plan where we can lay down or where we can implement that will enable I and I to achieve those aims and objectives.
Well, I think so we have the plan already, you know it's activated, but for my part, really, have a program on the radio where, without a doubt, I mean, we're going to use it at the highest level to deal with issues confronting where we live and deal with this or now. So, I want you to worry because Andrea running African is part of that process. The cottage has been a part of that protest, and now we see the stepping razor. So, on my level, can we know the power of the voice and how the media can turn around certain things, like how we see them turn around something yesterday. And we know say it's not like first time with them alone attack. We have our talk now, and you have different radio stations right now where we have a talk, and so we're not going to make certain things just go so. And that is really our job. That is really, that's what our now. We know Jerry Small take it up on him head still, but you see me now, my job is to use the waves and the radio to bring about a certain consciousness and conscience in the minds of the people. And that is where we livicate our whole being on the radio for though. We're not going to make them turn around the thing and twitch around the thing and we not say nothing.
Alright, Muta, I man give thanks that there are these programs, right? But we could have talked till Thy Kingdom coming to Muta. You see, if we
no, we're not Thy Kingdom coming.
We're not Muta, hold on. The greatest weapon used against African people is disorganization. See? So, we attack, yes, and we need to talk. But we need to come together. We need to organize ourselves in a way where enable I and I to achieve whatever aim and objective I and I have. Because I don't care we talk and we not organize ourselves. People just laugh and say, I just chat them and chat. But any day them see I and I really start organizing ourselves seriously, Muta, that's when I and I become the real threat to them.
Alright, I don't want to sound like a counter right there, you know, but it's talking make this happen, you know. It's talking make this big struck there, so right now. So the talking is what you use to implement action.
If
so
we
can't really X out the talking, you know.
Right.
Because the foundation of Rastafari over the years is what helps to motivate Rastafari philosophy and ideology. So we can't really, I say, talking now helping us. Is it talking that is helping?
Yeah, but Muta say, differently from talking, we need to organize because talking, yes, talking is important. Yeah. And we agree with that. There's no dispute in talking because even for reason, we have a reason and it's a part of talking. So there's no dispute with the talking. Yeah. When I say, we need to organize ourselves. Along with the talking, we need to organize ourselves in a way that will guarantee I achieve it.
Alright, so you don't suggest we organize ourselves?
Yeah, Muta, I just wanted to ask. I just wanted to ask. I'm right here, Muta. Right here. Alright, never mind. What a bingo there. I just wanted to ask Ivy because I hear him talking about, you know, the future that you have talking. And I just wanted to ask him, as you are stressing, what he thinks the role of the media is in what he's talking about, the centralization and the organization.
All right, shall I ask you what you think the role of the media is in this representation of forward movement?
No, well, I think the media have a very, 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 very important role to play, right? In the sense that the media help I and I to be informed about things that I and I normally would not be informed about. It tell I and I where, for example, the march could never have been as successful as it was without the media. Because the media that get the information out, and especially IrieFm, that get the information out to the people. Right? So to me, the media have a very, very important role to play. Very, very important.
Yeah. We have Bobo Greg. We have Bobo Greg right there. So Bobo Greg is one of the men them who, trust me, the man work hard to make this thing possible and make this thing work. Part of the Bobo House. And you can see, when we are talking about unification, this is part-time. Because there was a time when you wouldn't see a Bobo stand up with some bingy man, stand up with all a man like me who is a really irreverent Rasta man to really organize such a massive thing. So, Bobo Greg, after putting all of these work over the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, what do I think about the outcome of it?
Well, firstly, we have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Emperor Haile Selassie first. Give thanks to the ones and one. Well, Muta, straight up, this could never have materialized without the energies of the media input, the support of the media to highlight the thing in front of the public view, because that is what it needs now. It needs a constant media focus to keep it into the people's face, into them, right in front, right up. So that is the first thing I have to give thanks to, because over the years of having the atrocities not really being focused in the media is what the result has captivated right here now. And right now, we could even mention, say, we even got the first time that CVM actually did our actual coverage, and showcase it.
And it's the first time a television station went to something about Carol Garden, even though it was negative, from them radio television station.
Yes.
So we did do something.
And one of the most outstanding thing, I might say, on behalf of the Rastafari Millennium Council and even as the General Secretary, we give thanks for all the executive effort in, coming together to make this thing materialize. But truth be told, I can only go forward and plan. But you see, I man see the Thursday where the march is concerned, that is people power. Because you can plan so much, but when the people decide to do and take it up into their hand, because we say we want to march into a motorcade, but this thing turned more like a march and then a motorcade, because this thing, the crowd support and the crowd stands for this thing. You can see the thing is really affecting the community and demand for redress where this thing is concerned. I can even say much concern in the council's point of view, because Ista J, who was our first chairman, in 2007 with the council's family, he was very, as a matter of the spearheader for the Coral Garden atrocity, to instigate it from the time when they had the amphitheater. So when him come forward now and just bring the whole energies into the council same way, what even make it more pertinent now is that you have a Durban Declaration by the United Nations where them open up the avenues where reparations can be addressed for the transatlantic slave trade and other atrocities. There's now in place a National Reparation Commission. Issa J was the first chairperson to be a part of that commission. And our current chairperson now, Sister Mitzi Wille, is the one who is actually representing that area. But what I can say, where that is concerned, we as the representative, with the collective efforts of the Rastafari community, is ensuring that all atrocities, starting from even the days of Pinnacle, Bakawas, into Coral Garden, which has become an island-wide genocide, is not to go unremedied. Because this thing never just happened the other day. It happened from, directives coming from the colonial regime from early as 1937. So if the Jamaican government can form a National Reparation Commission to deal with the atrocities of a transatlantic slave trade, what the Rastafari Millennium Council is saying foremost to the Jamaican government, if you cannot deal with the atrocities that you commit against the Rastafari community, there is no way the Rastafari community, when confident in you, represent the issue of the transatlantic slave trade. So deal with what you did at home before you think to deal with the collective representation.
Andrea Williams, where that you have somebody
Muta, I am where the action is. I'm where the action is right here. We're performing. I'm the Naya Binga drummers. I'm the Naya Binga chanters. I'm the Naya Binga dancers. Rastafari all just dancing up a storm and drumming up a storm right here. Serious thing. How you doing, my brother? How you doing?
Aile.
Give thanks. What a job you done?
Well, it's the Golden Cup still,
Alright.
You don't know the eyes of the king are going on. You hear me still defend of Africa. You see what go a long time as all them show it, but you see now we there. The fire keep burning. Can't out.
Can't quench. We're in the middle of some. My sister Gloria look like she's in some mile right here, so I don't know if Sister Gloria can talk to me, but Sister Gloria, you're deep, man. You're deep, my sister. How you doing? Just speak the word, my sister. I think you're getting something there. Just speak the word, my sister.